Libra, how are you? My name's Danielle. Welcome to Moonlight Intuition. This is going to be a general reading for you. And if there are messages that resonate with you in the reading, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It just helps my channel grow. And also, I'm posting free readings every week for all 12 signs. So if you want to keep up with that. Ooh. Oh, Libra, you're going to love this first card. You're going to love it. I love it too. This is a really nice reading. Because I'm Libra Moon, Libra Rising. So in a way, I feel like these readings are also for me. Okay. Now, Libra. This card is not even in the traditional tarot deck. Like the artist of this or the creator of this particular tarot deck that I have, which is pretty much the Rider-Waite deck. But anyway, this particular deck has two kind of wild cards that is created by the artist. And you got one of them. You got this. Need I say more? Very relevant, big Libra energy right there, the lovey-dovey relationships. And also too, there's like an eclipse coming up in your sign at the end of the month, which is really going to illuminate a lot of our relationship stuff for everybody. But I mean, especially you, because it's you and probably all the cardinal signs. But then we have the Queen of Cups reversed. I feel like you had this card last week. A lot of people are getting like the same cards. Then you have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. I mean, again, right out of the gate, I think Libra, you have been and are and always will, because I mean, you are the sign of balance, duality. You are the sign of relationships. So I think there's been a lot of themes around how you relate to others and how others relate to you forever. But that's probably been illuminated to you, especially in the recent months, years, whatever. Probably from 2008, especially to now, when you look back, it's been like your relationships with others. And this is not just you. This is like, kind of like all the cardinal signs. I mean, I'm like, yeah, as a Cancer, I'm like, and if you don't know what the cardinal signs are, they're the signs that start the 4 seasons. So you are one of them. You are the sign that starts the fall. So I think that, like right away, I mean, this card is just almost like it packs a punch. There's a lot. I think you are, I mean, some of you might be attracting someone new in a completely different way, or maybe you already have. Or maybe you have your eye on someone that it's like so different from what you're used to, but this is good, right? This is good. I think you've had a lot in the past, kind of similar situations in terms of relationships, not just romantic, but also romantic, but like interpersonal, work, family, whatever, just how you relate to other people, has probably been a bit challenging for you, and a lot of repetitive things, right? Repetitive themes that have happened more than once for you. And this is okay. This is all part of the path. I think a lot of this has been illuminated to you, and probably it can be a lot of hard work for a Libra. And again, I'm like, I have so much Libra energy, and I'm like, oh, right. Like, and I'm really, a lot of things are being illuminated to me through the inner work I'm doing with myself, about how I relate to others and how others relate to me, and the kinds of things that I've attracted and the repetitive patterns. Like, it's pretty wild, right? So it can be like, you know, that's the shadow work for a Libra, and it kind of can be challenging, because I know Libra, you just like things, and it's so beautiful of you. You like things like good, right? Good, peaceful, beautiful, harmonious, and life isn't always that way, right? So I can understand that it's like, it's shadow work. I don't know why. It's like, I feel like shadow work for a Libra can be kind of like, you know, and shadow work, if you're like, what does that mean? It's also an entire area of psychology, which is my academic background. So like, even before I was like doing tarot and all this stuff, at least in this lifetime, I was always interested in this stuff. But you can look up like Carl Jung. It's like Jung. I might be butchering his name, but anyway, he's kind of like the, you know, forefather of shadow work. But basically, shadow work is just kind of like looking at your subconscious and bringing it to light so you can heal it. And so there's been a lot of themes with you. I mean, the main thing with Libra, really, to spot your shadow is kind of like when, you know, your outer world is reflected to you through your relationships, or your inner world, sorry, is reflected to you through your relationships. So it's kind of like when there's like, yeah, that you're like, oh my God, why is this happening again, right? With relationships. It really, and again, I say this with compassion, because I understand it can be kind of like off-putting to hear, or like challenging to accept, maybe, that it's like, well, I'm not doing anything or whatever, right? And not that say that you fall in like a victim thing, but maybe, I mean, we all kind of do sometimes in life, but it's like basically your relationships really reflect directly, is a mirror of your relationship with yourself, right? And that's a beautiful thing. It's like you have a direct mirror all the time in front of you. But I do think some of you are really turning the tides with this. It's really beautiful. And some of you, yeah, I mean, It's like a long haired, whether you're male or female, whatever, who, and whatever gender or not that you're attracted to. It's like maybe some of you are about to really enter a new relationship that's completely different from what you're used to. And it's because I think you've done a lot of inner work on yourself. And now there's something with the Queen of Cups that it's like how you relate to others. I feel like it has a lot to do with your kind of your vulnerability. And your emotions. I mean, the Queen of Cups, she's big water energy. She's especially Cancer energy. I'm always like, I'm the Queen of Cups. I'm a Cancer. But this could be big for some of you. You might be attracting a water sign, or you have a water sign that you're like, you know, but maybe you feel unworthy of it, or blah, blah, blah. That'll resonate differently with everybody. This is a general reading, but this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. It's especially Cancer energy. But there's something about, I feel with this, because the Queen of Cups is a queen, whether it doesn't matter the gender, someone who really takes emotions, the energy of emotions, and really is aware of it and uses it kind of for good, especially through creativity and just like through vulnerability, and is fearless with it. And it's like a soft power. And just that way of being is really inspiring to other people. And now I think maybe in the past, it's like that's been a big impact on your relationships. Again, whether interpersonal, romantic, whatever, otherwise, is maybe kind of the, because I mean, you're a Libra, you're an air sign, it moves fast, and you know, you like things good. So it's like, sometimes like, it might have something to do with kind of like, now, just for lack of a better term, it might be something with like almost being a little bit too surface level in your relationships, because you're an air sign. It's like, and when things even, you know, in conversations with people get kind of like, like beyond just kind of like easy breezy, right? You might have kind of either, no, I don't think you shut down, but you might have like breezed away or changed the topic, or like, you know what I mean? Try to like lighten everything up, right? Instead of, I mean, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for a friend, a lover, a blah, 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 whomever, is to just be with them, right? So it's like when things get tough or with a person that you care about, it's like, I can understand the kind of, because it's like, oh no, things aren't good, things aren't in balance. But it's like the true balance sometimes just comes in being like, tell me more about it, right? And just to be with people, even when things aren't beautiful, harmonious, blah, 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 because that really is part of the beauty of life too, right? It's so beautiful how life is like so fucking tragic too. So I don't know, I feel like there's something that resonates with you, that it's like perhaps your relationships have been a bit, yeah, something has always kind of gone sideways with them, and maybe it still is, and everyone's at a different point. So whatever point you are at in your journey, whatever I'm saying that may resonate with you or not, it's like, I think you are on a path. I think it is a big part of your path, like a big part of your time here on earth of this lifetime, is to kind of really see how you've shown up in relationships. And now there's a eclipse coming in your sign. I think it's on March 25th, and it's gonna be something else, I'll tell you that. And yeah, it's really going to illuminate, or like the shadow, like a lot of like how we've shown up in relationships. And I think it's like, it could be challenging for some people, like for some of you that maybe are in relationships that is just not working, or blah, blah, blah. Like there might be beginnings and endings and blah, blah, blah. But it's good, right? I think ultimately, if anything ends or whatever, it'll be more internally, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's like, oh, an eclipse happens and everyone just goes through breakups or whatever, but you know, some people, that's life. Like breakups are completely universal and happen every day. But I think it's going to be more something about you that's going to be illuminated to you, that you might be like, oh my God, that then you're going to start showing up, even if you are in a partnership, right? I think you're going to start showing up differently. And the beauty with that is, it's like when we start kind of really having more self-awareness and becoming just more conscious, right? And that's the whole point of this. It's like, we kind of become unconscious for a while, and then we either kind of wake up and start leaning into consciousness or not. So it's like when we kind of become more conscious, even things that were like, I could have never left that, or I could have never, when you become more conscious, these things become more clear, and you can build more confidence, and it's kind of like blah, blah. So do you know what I mean? It's like when you start changing internally, it's almost like it rocks the boat sometimes, because your environment is used to you being a certain way, but it's like, if whomever is meant to stay on the boat will stay, right? So that's kind of the beauty of that. And I think it's, yeah, your emotional world and how you've kind of either kept that under wraps or not, you know what I mean, is going to be maybe challenged with the eclipse. But I feel like you have so much to share and so much love to give. And that's the beauty with you. It's like, I think you're maybe entering a more mature phase of your emotions, which is so amazing. that it's like, it's okay. Like, it's not everything can be good all the time, but like everything is good. It's like we just label things as good or bad, right? We label sadness as bad, happiness as good, whatever, but it's just all emotions. It's all just energy and motion. And I think there's something that, yeah, you're going to kind of resurrect of yourself that's going to lead you to just deeper relationships, right? More meaningful, and people that will feel more meaningful about you, right? It's really lovely. And yeah, I mean, there's something here too, maybe about your work. There's something here reversed. That maybe, again, it's like, I don't know why this is coming up as kind of like, maybe there's something that, like with work, that maybe it's becoming like, even that your inner world is changing, and you're kind of maybe seeing like the same thing I kept doing and thought that was like the main, like the thing I wanted for myself, that it's just like not like fueling my fire anymore. I don't know why, that's just what's coming up. Because again, if you're going to stir up that emotional energy, I think it's going to just naturally stir up what makes you happy, right? You're going to start getting more real with yourself, like more vulnerable with yourself, and being like, okay, maybe this doesn't make me as happy anymore. And it doesn't mean you have to like drop everything in your life and blah, blah, but I think it's like you might be more open to following your heart, right? And showing up with your heart, you know, open, instead of being like, yeah, I'm good, okay, I'm just gonna breeze around and like, you know, be cute. Trust me, you'll always be cute. You'll always be cute. But it's like, you know, you can also be cute and listen. And not that you don't listen. I think you're a beautiful person, Libra. But it's like, you can just like kind of be deeper. I think it's like, and it might be a bit challenging for you, but I think you're on a path, yeah, that it's like your heart is going to lead the way. And you're gonna have the courage to do that more, right? In your work and relationships. Yeah, I feel like relationships and work popped up in here, and how it's like changing. But this is just all very beautiful. And again, I think some of you probably are gonna start a new relationship that's completely different. And if it's not different, it won't last, because it's the same shit happening all over again, right? So there's something really lovely here. I mean, yeah, Libra, you're stunning. You're fabulous. You are like the Justice card. You're Lady Justice. You do bring everything into balance, but it truly starts with kind of balancing yourself, right? Because yeah, when we try to balance ourselves by being in balance with others, it's not true balance. It's like an illusion. But you're on the right path. That eclipse, March 25th, I think like mark it down, like take care of yourself. But the new energetic year in your opposing sign of Aries is coming on March 19th. I'm doing this on March 15th today, so it's in a few days. Aries is your sister sign, so it's like your perfectly opposing sign. Libra is I balance, Aries is I am, Libra is relationships, Aries is kind of the individual, right? So I think it's like I think you're gonna finally kind of start figuring out like kind of who you really are, right? Who you really are. Up until this point, you might be like, I don't even know. Because probably up until now, and it's okay. It's really part of Libra's path. Like Libra's like character arc is yeah, to kind of stop, you know, matching yourself to please others, or to just feel comfortable, or whatever it is, or to make sure people stay, or whatever, to kind of fly under the radar, or whatever it may be, to really being like, yeah, just diving a little bit deeper and really just doing things you actually want to do, and like being around people you actually want to be with, rather than like fear of being alone, not being successful, whatever it may be. You're on a beautiful path, Libra. I wish you all the best. I just love you. You're fabulous. We need you in this world. So this reading is just kind of one little nudge in the right direction, hopefully. And please subscribe to the channel, like the video. See you next week.